I can describe my experience with Generation Zero as, man, this is kinda like a Far Cry game. And to be perfectly square with you, that's all I could really think about. It's like Far Cry, but instead of the charming Voss, he's a robot and everything is a robot. The game has a variety of weapons to choose from, but it has all this, like, Fortnite rarity bowl type deals, so if you're just massively unlucky, like me apparently, you just don't get any new shotguns. And I'm not salty over it at all, but I would have appreciated it, game. But I feel like it's just overall untuned feeling, and it needs a bit of a nip and tuck. My crosshair would be right over a gas tank primed for explosion, and it'd miss. I'm not sure if it's a hitbox thing, I'm not sure if the sniper just decides whether or not it wants to fire based on the whim of a cruel god. I don't know, but what I do know is I fired at a robot who got its gang of miscreants and ne'er-do-wells to come by and teach me a thing or two about not being shot to death. I'd follow the situation up normally by scarpering away, chugging down about 50 billion health kits like there was a prize in every box, then pulling out the assault rifle and just rat-a-tat-a-tatting away all my problems. Overall, it's a formula that works, and unless you're fighting one of the rivals who absolutely can go get fucked, they take half a bloody million shots and everything I've thrown at them, turrets, explosives, the bloody kitchen sink, everything. Killing enemies can be a hassle, but the game has a neat design to everything and a decent bunch of rifles and weapons to choose from, so it doesn't really lack in choices. That being said, the gameplay in between gunfights is underwhelming. So going between points just to do base clearing, shoot robots, and whatever missions is a monotony of dodge robots, stop to pick up scrap, because of course there's a crafting system. And it only took me about 12 hours to get a moped, which only goes about 10 kilometers faster. The fact that your first vehicle is a bicycle may be a bit of an interesting way to kind of build up, hey, now you've got a whole ass APC, look where you started, but still going around is just a bit of a hassle in the first few hours. Now, where did they all come from? I'm not completely sure. I only have so many hours in a day to get the gameplay done, and between work and college, I'm either asleep or playing something I'm intending to review for my free time. But really don't know what exactly to make of it. My understanding is that the world is post-World War II Sweden. Sweden has become something of a superpower, and every man and woman is trained for potential military duty, just in case there's another war or robots attack. And then robots attack. You are a nameless, faceless Joe who happen to be on a completely cut off from society camping trip, and as you and your buds are rowing back to shore, your boat blows up, you being the only survivor. You meet some lady who's the last surviving member of her group she was with. Together you work to figure out what the hell is going on, who's attacking Sweden, and why the hell there are so many last survivors to so many groups. That's barely a joke. You're the last survivor of your friend group. The girl you meet is the last survivor of her group. You meet a soldier very quickly after. He's the last survivor of his platoon. I literally stopped a camp assault just for it to get bombed from miles away, just to find one old dude in a basement who is the only survivor. I'd recommend the game if you're into like Far Cry games and wanted something you could play with friends, because it has a lot of co-op. Me, I don't have too many of those, so you know, it was kind of hit or miss, but it's a fine game, but you gotta be okay with a bit of walking around.